Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to talk about dimorphism. I will explain you what dimorphism actually is. Believe me, it is the only video you need to understand dimorphism. So what is dimorphism? When I say that this male model has very dimorphic face, it means he looks like a man, not like a woman. It means he has very masculinizing features like low gonial angle, wide joint and good FWHR, etc. Now let me show you how I give dimorphism score. As you can see on screen, it is dimorphism morph chart. I will give the link in the description. From there you can download it and check where you stand in terms of dimorphism. You can clearly see on screen as you move from right to left side. Jaw gets wider and tapered, eyebrows get denser and close to the eyes, and face becomes more masculine. Chin shape also changes from rounded shape to trapezium shape, and neck also gets thicker. It just not end there. There are some features that I consider to give dimorphism score. First, his low gonial angle. Low gonial angle are more masculine and high gonial angle are feminine. Now let me show you example of a low and a high gonial angle. Henry Cavill and Ian Somerhalder have low gonial and Sean O'Prey has high gonial angle. Second is long ramus, as men tend to have long ramus. Good example of long ramus is Jorge Del Rio and short ramus is Timothy Chalamet. Third is prominent brow ridge. The example of prominent brow ridge are David Gandy and Chris Hemsworth, and the example of feminine brow ridge is Timothy Chalamet. Fourth is sloped back forehead. David Gandy has sloped back forehead, which is very dimorphic, and Matt Bomer has flat forehead. Fifth is good nasofrontal angle, and it is very important. Again, David Gandy has low nasofrontal angle, which is very dimorphic, and Chico has high nasofrontal angle, which is very feminizing. Sixth is facial thirds. In men, lower third proportion must be the highest. It means your jaw must slightly overpower the two other facial proportions. The best example of ideal male facial thirds is Rodrigo Guerrero Diaz, as his lower third proportion is the highest. Seventh is men do not have high canthal tilt, as more upturn are slightly feminizing. David Gandy has high canthal tilt, which is unideal for male, and Tom Cruise has ideal canthal tilt. Eighth is men tend to have high FWHR, as high FWHR gives more aggressive and dominant look. Best example of high FWHR is Sean O'Prey, and low FWHR is Chico. Ninth is total facial height to width must be high. As men tend to have large skull, their total facial height to width must be high. As women have small skull, their total facial height to width is low. The best example of high facial height to width is Jorge Del Rio, and low is Tom Holland. 12th is men tend to have high bigonial width, it means jaw width. 13th is having square and large chin, but it be must in the ideal range. A good example is Matt Bomer, and example of small chin is Johnny Depp. 14th is having a thick neck. As a man you must have thick neck. Cameron Alborzian and Jorge Del Rio are good examples who have thick neck. 16th is having low eyebrows tilt. As a man your eyebrows tilt must be lower, as women tend to have arched and more tilted eyebrows. Cameron Alborzian has ideal and low eyebrows tilt, whereas Cristiano Ronaldo has high eyebrows tilt, which is a feminizing feature. 17th is having good hairline and good bitemporal width, as high bitemporal width is a sign of maturity. Example of masculine hairline and bitemporal width is Tom Cruise, and example of feminine hairline and bitemporal width is Akash Kumar. Also, having some facial hair boosts your dimorphism score. As Jordan Barrett does not have facial hair, he certainly lost some score in dimorphism. Now, why dimorphism is that important? In your overall score, dimorphism contribution is 20%. So having a masculine face certainly boosts your score. So these are some features that I also see besides dimorphism chart I showed you in the beginning.